Hey everyone, thanks for joining us this morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are. I'm coming to you from Boston. It's snowy and cold here, so you may see me shiver here and there. Always weird to just talk to my camera here, so I'd love to see you guys in the chat, which I see you already in the chat, letting us know where you're from. I see folks from Finland, from New York, from LA. Oh, hi, Emily. Oh, great to see you here. Em as well. We'd love to know, if you've got a community out there, what the name of that community is, what it's all about. Throw that in the chat as well. We'd love to also know if you're an events professional, if there are events that you've managed, created, that you have out in the world now, and what those events are. Feel free to share links too. That would be great. Just to let you know too, my name is Sean Duham, as you can see on the screen there. I'm a co-founder here at Honeycommb. Honeycommb is an all-in-one community platform. We've been around for about 8 years. We've seen our fair share of events, certainly our fair share of community as well. Yeah, and I just want to welcome you to the webinar. Thanks for joining us. We've got Francisco Opazo as our here. He is certainly seasoned in the world of events. He runs a great organization called Led by Community, where he does Community Week in London. He's having one in New York City coming up very short. And he's done a ton of online events, and he can kind of let you know all about that as well. But he's very seasoned, and he's going to share a lot of his insights and things that he's done to make events really great prior to the event, during the event, and after the event as well. So I expect you guys will get a lot out of that too. And here he is. Here's our friend Francisco. Hi, Francisco.
I was feeling hard that seasoned, like
seasoned. Yes, that's.
He's like an old man. Come on. Thank you for having me today, Sean. I'm really excited to chat with our attendees. We have almost 30 people already in the live webinar, so that's exciting. Great. Thank you for coming, everyone. So let's jump, right? Let me try to
do it.
Let me try to put this on screen. And there you go. I think that we can make this way. Yeah, perfect. So today, the main goal is to reimagine. That's my dream, really. Reimagine the way we run events, either online or in person. Manuel is also commenting here. I'm going to do an update on this layout if you give me 1 second. So my face is not that small. Let me save. There you go. So as I was saying, this is me. I'm Francisco. I'm a Chilean guy living in the UK almost 9 years now. I consider myself a WordPress Jedi. I'm father of 2 dragons, Mia and Lily, founder of Community Week and Led by Community. And since a few months back, I am also working with Sean and Sam, co-founders of Honeycommb, with growth and community strategy. So I'm really excited to have an opportunity to share with you what I have been doing during these last 2.5 years with Led by Community, and also to talk about this recent project that we just launched 2 weeks ago named Community Week. But let's go to the topic itself. Why I felt compelled to share with you this topic today. During the last 2.5 years running Led by Community, that humbly started as a newsletter that gradually received support from volunteers. Today, we have 28 volunteers as part of Led by Community, helping us to run almost 4 online events every month, without counting also 14 local chapters on different main cities in the world. So I would say the journey has been very rewarding, not free of challenges, a bit of pain sometimes, but I would say the journey has been great and fulfilling. So a few numbers, just to put some kind of stats on the table. We have run, during the last 2.5 years, more than 100 online events we have in total, I got these stats from Talkbase, where we ran all the analytics for our community. So we have done more than 20,000 RSVP across the board for events that we have run during this time. Also, we have run online summits with 40 plus speakers, with 1,000 plus attendees during the live sessions. We are also running an in-person conference in London every year. We started last year, and this year we are running the London Community Week. And in November, we are going to run the New York Community Week. So stay tuned for more news on the New York Community Week as well. Now, we have a community of practice that is global. We have people from all over the world. And the core, like how this actually happened or how this project reached the position where we are today, is because of online events. There is no other kind of reason for the growth of what we do at Led by Community. And let's keep going. Like mostly giving you like a overview of a few things that we are going to learn today. The first one is learn how building an online community around your events can amplify their impact and also on your business growth. Because it's not just to get kind of people in and people joining the webinars. What you want is actually how this effort, how all this passion that we put on these projects can actually leverage value for the business. Even though if you are a brand, you are busy baked, you are bootstrapping, you are a solopreneur, maybe you are a freelancer, or maybe you are a SMB, it doesn't matter. Like you want, if you are going to invest into something that worth the effort, that's the main goal. A few companies put efforts in paid acquisition using ads everywhere, and the return usually is low. But that's why I want to help people understand why it's so important to consider events by itself as a channel or an engine for growth. That's what we're going to chat today. And then also the second point is how communities can generate momentum for your online event, or in other words, excitement. Get your people like, oh yes, I'm just waiting, counting the days to listen, to Ryan Oblinger, to maybe Karen Melissa Jones during the community week. Like the online community help you feel that, right? And the third point is regarding one of the main challenges when especially small brands, small companies are trying to leverage events. The main blockers are the tech solutions that are already available in the market. And many of them, to be honest, are clunky. A few of them are very legacy code. And that means it's slow. You need to almost fight with your tool to get stuff done. And for many times, that is discouraging on your side as community builder or as someone that is aiming to run decent events or memorable experiences through events. So that is the other point. And finally, this is exactly, especially for me, because we with my small team, our team today is 3 people, me part of them. We really pour our heart into launching and building Community Week that is powered by Honeycommb. So you are going to learn the why behind the current structure in the Community Week hub, why we did this way, why we chose Honeycommb, and how it's actually working on behalf of the summit that is coming soon. Let's dive in. It's not about, I'm going to share a few examples of very highly successful stories regarding things that started as festivals that turned into conferences, and then end up being like a strong communities, and end up today are known brands. But everything started small and as a community. So the first example I want to mention is the Web Summit, the Web Summit and community. Maybe today it's like known everywhere. Hey, do you know Web Summit? Yeah, of course, everyone knows Web Summit. But did you know that the first Web Summit was in Dublin in 2009 and only 150 people attended? For instance, we ran the London Community Week last year in London and we got 130 attending that event. So when you kind of think about the history of what today are the big events, you can realize that it's okay to start small. There is no harm starting small and grow what you do step by step. For instance, for this year, we are aiming to have 230 people in London because the space now is bigger. We got more people aware of what we are running. So I would say having in mind good examples, but mostly not what they are today, like 70,000 attendees is insane. Mostly trying to understand how they started, what they did at the beginning to gradually keep growing. These are the lessons valuable for us today. Other example that actually this year they are running the first South by Southwest week in London. I am based in the UK, that's why for me it's exciting have them in London. So again, the humble beginnings. Sorry, my phone is doing some noise here. So their humble beginnings started in 1987. That's quite long time ago, right? But everything started as a small project that was promoted on news, local, even this paper news. Now today, last year exactly, 47,000 people attended across the world, all the South by Southwest events and conference and the festivals. Their movement is huge. The community around is impressive. You can see they especially care for diversity, for identity of different representation. So it's beautiful what they have built. Without counting, like I'm not yet touching how much revenue they are generating because they run all these communities and the events. That's great. I can see a few comments. I'm just getting excited with the chat. Ryan Perry, she says, B2B SaaS community manager here to learn as we grow community strategy. Love it. I saw you join the community week, Ryan. So yeah, thank you for coming today. Let me keep going. I don't want to get you bored. The part two of what we want to chat today is what are pop-up communities and how these communities can actually support your online event or in-person conference. There is a strategy behind the pop-up communities that might end up stay as an online community. Like it's true, we are going to chat today about the value of pop-up communities around specific events, but in the end, for certain projects, the online community will be something established in the long run. The Web Summit community, they have forums available for all speakers, and that is running all year round, right? It's not like today and then gone. No, they still moving and running. So let's mention a few of the benefits of these pop-up communities for events. First, let me share from my view, or let me ask you, what do you have in mind when you hear this term, when you listen this term, pop-up community? Do you mind to take a few seconds to enter in the chat? What are your thoughts about this concept? What is for you, or what comes to your mind when you listen to the word or the sentence pop-up community? Please, I'm going to give you 5 seconds so you can have some moments to write what do you have in your mind when you listen to that concept. In the meantime, I'm going to share my view about what is in my mind a pop-up community. Let's say you're running something small as a webinar where you want to have as a guest speaker that has lots of experience and can share really high value for your potential customers. So you are going to organize a webinar, you are going to design a landing page, maybe an event registration form, either on the same page or in another tool, doesn't matter. Then you do like a heavy promotion and you like really kind of put all your sweat into getting people RSVP for that special event, because you know exactly that the impact, like what can happen right after this event, can bring value to your business, either testimonials, maybe stories, case studies that you can write about, or revenue directly, right? So this is in your head, you put that together, that special event. Now everything is set for 1 month ahead. And now this concept of pop-up community comes in. What could be the best way to take advantage of creating a pop-up community just for that webinar? Can you imagine? Well, a few things are generate momentum. Now we can see here that one of the benefits could be boost engagement. Let's say keep people engaged towards the process, counting the days to actually join the event with maybe sharing questions for the speaker beforehand, maybe you can also engage with them, and they can help you share the event with their network on social, or even like sometimes you get even other brands featuring your own events. So those are benefits of starting to put together a pop-up community for that special webinar that already has clear business goals, clear business value. But what you want is think in a way that you can kind of, all these people that every minute, every day are RSVP can get together somewhere. No, a few consider like mobile messaging groups. Others consider that maybe it's just like kind of Slack-wise chats. No, in my personal view, I feel that being in a place where your brand is not there, being in a place where that you cannot have control, can make things different. So I would say the big benefit is try to find a place where your brand is visible. Like, I mean, you can customize, put your colors, your logo. You can also maybe include a way to connect with them if they need a hand the day of the event. Maybe they are struggling to join, etc. So there are many things that this pop-up community can bring to the table. So boost engagement before and during the event. Then the goal is, for instance, once you have this space where you have established this pop-up community, that imagine that this only for this webinar that we have 1 month ahead, and you want at least this community to last, imagine total 2 months. So let's say 1 month before the webinar date, you open this pop-up community. You have 30 days before the event to kind of share updates regarding the event, keep building momentum, allow members and attendees to engage and to get to know each other, let's say allowing them to share intros and things like that. And then what happened after the event? Okay, thank you everyone, see you someday. It's not like that, right? What we want to generate is an experience, okay? So this like amazing speaker you brought to your event have delivered. So now what you have a strong 1 hour material, probably of at least 45 minutes. No, that is a webinar replay that you can also share again with the attendees. You can then also take advantage of that and share on social to bring more people to this pop-up community. But the point is, you can keep the conversation going around your brand and around this event and the people who have shared their expertise during that event for longer. This is not like one-off. What you want is to keep the noise happening, keep the excitement happening. What you can also get after the event is direct feedback. Hey, how was the session facilitated? Was the experience good enough? Was easy for you to send questions to the speaker? Did you actually receive answer to your questions during the live webinar? Like, there are so many things that a live session can be improved, that if you just kind of don't have a space to connect with the attendees rather than a boring email with a button, share your feedback, right? You are missing out big. Like if you reach out inside a community to your event attendees personally, hey, I'm Francisco, part of the Community Week team, and we know you attended this talk, and we are really happy to have you in that day. But based on what you have experienced yourself, do you have any feedback? Do you have any ideas that you want to share with us so we can iterate and improve our experience for you? So that is the main core also of the post, without mentioning that you can also kind of start the selling or upselling process right there. Now, people who got value part of the webinar may also be keen to explore your solution, either a SaaS product, maybe a service, or maybe a membership. They will be more keen because now you have gained trust. You build trust during that month before the event date, and you kept building trust and generating a conversation with them right after. So you can see there is like a wave going up till the event date. And then usually the engagement drop this way after the event for many of the events I have attended. But what you want is to keep that curve going up. So people stay engaged with you and what you are doing or offering. If you have any questions, remember that you can at any point share it. We have this. If you have any questions, remember, please throw them in the chat. We are going to try to then come back to you and answer anything. All right. Then let's move on. The second bit, or the third bit that we want to mostly today help you realize is the tech stack. Before going to the kind of big list of things that are related to online communities and events, I just want to share my personal experience with the tech stack. Humbly, I'm very tech savvy. Before becoming a marketer, I was a web developer and mobile app developer. I ran my digital agency Latin America before moving to the UK. So, for instance, any sites related to led by community week, community-led work, any website you have seen there is built with this beautiful hands. So I did everything by myself because I love web design. I love web building and stuff. So with that said, I would say I'm pretty savvy with tech, but I went through so many tools to try to figure out, hey, I want to deliver a cohesive experience for community week attendees. It's true, in March, we are running an online summit, but what's next? Or what's before, actually? No. So we launched Community Week exactly 31 days before the online summit started. No, and we are going to see later, but we have already almost 200 people who are SVP kind of join the community to get access to all live sessions. If you have 2 seconds, you can just grab your phone, type there on your app store, Community Week, and likely you will find our black logo with this kind of multicolor icon. Community Week on the app stores. You can just download the mobile app on Android or iOS, and you can get access to the community and all live sessions right away. Going back to the tech stack. So in my brain, before committing to this online summit, it was not the first time that we were running an online summit. In November 2023, we ran our very first Community Everywhere online summit. We got speakers from all over the world: Brian Oblinger, Richard Millington, Demario Bell, Ed Jansante, also Eric Martin from Community Club, like many high caliber top professionals is helping with that initiative and speaking, delivering goodness. So in that time, we chose a solution that was kind of web experience, nice, but there was no a mobile app. So people on the go, they were struggling to actually enjoy the sessions on mobile, or if they were traveling, or if they were not close to a computer, right? So that was one of the struggles. Even though for Community Everywhere, we got 1,178 registrations to join that online summit. So with that in mind, with that feedback experience in mind, first, by that time, we didn't create any community for it. I just only promote on social, promote, and got people coming, sharing their email to get reminders when things start. But I miss out big not having a community around the online summit or the conference. Because 2 years have gone, I have learned 1 or 2 things about the value of community-driven events. And I said, this time, no, we need to go different. We need to be more friendly. We need to even get more accessible, right? That was the main reason why we kind of, once I learned about how Honeycommb works, I said, yeah, worth it. No? So let's just figure out now how much things are related to the tech stack to run online events and also communities online. This, I'm not going to read everything, but this only while I'll chat about this, totally to give you a reminder how many things are actually involved. And also probably if you are solo community builder or solo event manager, likely you are juggling across many tools, many things, spreadsheets and things like that. So let me go. Do you know everything you need? Maybe you do not remind everything you need, but just a small heads up regarding event management. You need native events, like where the streamings are going to happen. You need a way to control RSVP, to track attendance. You need also maybe private streamings. You don't want to go public with the content that you are distributing. Maybe you want to have discussions based on the type of attendee, let's say vendors, maybe buyers, and things like that. You also want to find a way to share the replays of the sessions afterwards. Maybe you want to even sell access to the replays. Who knows? No, and then you want also to have a calendar invite sent if anyone is RSVP for any of the sessions of your event. So just like a very short highlight on everything, right? Now let's talk about community building. On the community building side, you need, well, in our case, we say we need branded web and mobile apps because there is a myth, especially in the community building for professionals or a few communities of practice. There is a myth that says meet your members where they are. Like this is like a kind of people are preaching that meet your members where they are. But many times, these places where they are, those are workplaces. Those are not safe places where they can or they won't actually engage in lively discussions, or where they want to actually disconnect from work to put focus on their career, to learn more, to explore more, or to connect with others, right? So I'm referring, indirectly way to Slack. Slack for many is like the panacea of community building, but to be honest, no. your conversations get deleted after 90 days. You need 100 tools around to make things happen, right? So I feel you need to find a way, to keep people, aware of what is happening in the community on the go. That's why I feel the mobile apps are really valuable for online communities around events. Then, of course, the typical stuff: member profiles, groups, discussions, private and public spaces, activity feed, where they can see updates from everyone, private messaging or group chats, push notification. And then if you run kind of a big team, you need also member roles and permissions, like an admin, moderator, a space manager, things like that. So all that is kind of part of what we needed. And then the final bit, content and engagement. Now, you also need a way to deliver rich post, video. You want to share images, maybe galleries of the event, in the same post, so you don't get people going out of your community to figure out where are the photos, right? Do you know everything you need? No, I did this list. It's not exhaustive. Likely I'm missing lots, but it's only a way to help you realize how much tech stack is related, and how also you can simplify lots of this. Okay. Now, regarding pop-up communities, I want to reinforce this idea. It's not something new, zero. Like this has been happening, and a few brands have been taking advantage of this concept for some time. So if you are not under a rock, you likely have heard of Figma and how strong is the Figma community. But the Figma community has a subset that is named the Figma Conf conference. The conference by itself, the Figma Conf, has a few components, like an online community that gets on or gets activated close to the conference day. Then they run the Figma conference in person. You can see beautiful people getting together. And then what they did 2 years ago, they established a way to keep running the discussions all year around. Because like usually the relationships you build in in-person conference last longer. So this is a good example of how what started as a pop-up community ended up becoming an online community that supports directly an in-person conference for Figma. You can Google more and keep doing research. There is a dive deep on this, so you'll find it. Then what I want to share with you that I'm really excited is a bit of a community week. I even got my t-shirt today, fully branded, just to share my excitement, right? So thank you for staying with me this far. Again, if you have any comments, any questions, please keep dropping questions so we can answer after some time. Now what I want to do is to actually share my screen, but on the community week project, so you can understand and mostly connect everything that I have been mentioning about the decisions, the tech stack, how things can be simplified, and how could you leverage a kind of unified experience for your event attendees so they actually enjoy the event, and then they can share feedback with you. You get testimonials that you can then even use to promote your own event to get more people in. So let me do something here. 1 second. I'm going to open this and then this. 1 second, please. All right. Now I need to present, share my screen. All right. Okay, so let me go wider, maybe. There you go. All right. So this is the Community Week website where we are actually letting the whole world know, hey, we are running an online conference, an online summit in the first week of March. We have like top-notch speakers. We have, I'm going to just scroll so you understand a bit. Victoria Cumberbatch, she's amazing. She's the host this time. Of course, we are trying to explain the value prop of this for everyone. Discover latest community trends, your professional career, and then connect with fellow community builders. And then we showcase experts on different type of areas. David, for instance, he's expert in gamification. Danny from LinkedIn, Janine, she's a community builder for VCs. We have Carrie invited, Esther from Amplitude, Anna Maria, Gillian from Calendly, Christina Garnett from Hey Orca, Eric Martin, that is community from Midjourney, right? So you can see kind of a bit of the appetizer regarding content. But instead of asking people to kind of register, we are first I am inviting people to learn more. So I created a video where I am actually inviting them to join, and I am also on this video explaining how the experience is, so they understand why I am asking them to actually create an account and join my community to join the summit. How once you have registered, then you can actually see this. Once you are in as member, you land here. What we put together, and I'm going to explain the logic behind all this experience. So once you join as a member, you get access to this space. Start here, announcements and intros. Start here is being used as an onboarding flow. So here I did a few guides. Welcome to the Community Week Hub. The second is a guide on how you can actually use the agenda in RSVP. If you don't explain how things work, it's likely your community and your event attendees will get lost, and they are going to miss out on your content and all the hard work of your speakers have been preparing for this day of the summit. Then there is another space, intros, where we are actually allowing members to introduce themselves. You can see Ryan. I think that maybe we have the same Ryan, Ryan in the live webinar right now, maybe. But you can see Ryan introduce themselves. Anita as well. We have Mason. We have Harold, and so on. So people actually can start connecting right away. We are still having 18 days to this event. And then one space that is not really crowded, because I don't want to get just spamming emails to everyone, is the announcement space, where time on time I'm planning to share updates, how things are going and all that. As you can see, I have shared only one for now, right? Then of course you have members directory, where people can follow each other to be able to start chatting. I have been already chatting in my inbox with a few people, especially welcoming them. Hey, Nikki, thank you so much for joining the summit. Nikki TV Audio, right? Thank you so much, Nikki. We love you, blah, blah. And then the core of the experience is actually the whole summit, right? So if you see this, we have now and upcoming. So this one, the one that we are right now is happening and is listed here. So you can see the whole list of all sessions. And the first session of the summit is March 3rd, 2025. Arif Abu Ali. Then we have Rosie Sherry. Then we have David. Then we have networking session with Piper, and so on. So if you want to RSVP for any, I would love to learn from Rosie. So I click this. You can see the nice car of Rosie, and then you can even already see who already RSVP for this one. And then here we can say, okay, I'm going. So I click that. That's showing me where the streaming is going to be happening. Of course, you can learn more about the event, the topic, the core value of the talk, the speaker. If you want to learn more about Rosie, you can click Rosie, and then you know who is the host for this session. And the same with all the sessions. So actually, this experience is so clean that actually your members can curate where or which talks they want to attend. It's not like, hey, there is one thing and you will never get reminders to join Brian Oblinger because you don't know exactly the time that he will be there. No, it's not like that. Okay, so I want to learn from Brian Oblinger. Oh, okay, so this is happening 4th of March. So I can click here. Well, I'm going, of course. No, but you can see 23 already confirmed for Brian. It's an example of what I mean. No, so people can actually select exactly which sessions they want to join. And the good bit is that the whole streaming experience is in-app. Everything is happening right here. Now, on the day of the event, they will be able to join the sessions. You can see here live stream locations, no? And then on the day of the event, this screen will turn into the streaming. That's why it keeps sending me back to the event page. Yeah. Then during the benefits about pop-up communities or online communities that support online events or conferences, we mentioned the idea of feedback as big value. So I want to show you something that we have implemented here. So we are actually showing how other attendees what has been their experience. So they are sharing with us, oh, we love this, we love that. So everyone can see the feedback from others. Mostly, this is my way to encourage others to share their feedback. But then there is a way to also share the feedback. Hey, did you enjoy the event sessions? And so we are already prepared to collect that feedback. Let's say, hey, yeah, I love it, submit. And then we are asking specific questions to learn about this. So we care for the feedback because we aim to improve the experience. All right. Yeah, I think that is what I want to show you today. I hope you have downloaded already the mobile app. Just search for Community Week. But I want to keep chatting forever because, yeah, it's too much. Sean, I think that we can have a chat now.
Oh, there we go. Unmute myself. Yeah. Yeah. Great points. I think, one of the things I really love about events is they become sort of a spark and a reason to reach out to the world about something, as a form of marketing and awareness. So I kind of, I've witnessed this many times, or even here at Honeycommb when we don't have a lot to talk about right now, or there's plenty to talk about, and a way to talk about it is to create an event, and that event becomes the thing to some degree, like this one, that we then market and put out into the world that draws people in around a topic, which when you're drawing people in around a topic, now they have an interest in that topic, a shared interest. So bringing those people into a community always makes a lot of sense. So, having that event idea as a spark of something to talk about and gather people into a community is really how I always sort of led myself into it. And then for folks who kind of like start with community and then are thinking about, how do I create value inside of the community, where they're sort of coming into it reverse, community first and then event-based. Events are such a premium way to provide value to a group of people. Even if it's a simple, like 30-minute, half-hour event where you're discussing a topic, or you're responding to maybe something that's happened inside of your industry, or whatever. What sweet hat there, buddy. I like that.
I forgot to put it on, really. So that was the idea.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, when you're thinking about how do I provide really great value to my community of people too, events is a great way to provide that value. And again, it can be something really simple. Or again, on the other end of the spectrum, having been, I was at HubSpot in the early days, and starting their big annual event was a part of what I worked on too. That was a real way to bring people in, draw people in, so that they could connect in a way that sometimes you just don't when you're a part of a community. So
100%.
Yeah.
That's great. So I can see a few questions in the chat. Do you want to share them?
Yeah, we have a good one from M. I believe M's from Scotland. are there kinds of events that lend themselves better to a pop-up community?
Yeah, let me put this one. Thank you, Em, for the question. I think that I feel that events where you are aiming or you are planning to build on top, I think that are kind of ideal way to create a pop-up community. For instance, during the month of January, we run with the community collective Community Managers Day, Community Manager Appreciation Day initiative. No, so we were running 19 meetups across the world, and what we did, we created a group chat for this small project. Now that's a small example, not business related. No, that's why I feel like if a business or a brand is trying to leverage a pop-up community for an event, I feel that the goal should be you need to consider a bit of the elements related, like you might need some resources to get a community manager or someone looking after that people that you're going to bring together. No, and then you need to also be sure that the value shared in that pop-up community is good enough to actually keep people coming back. So I would say there is no strict law regarding which type of events can be like kind of perfect candidates. But I would say events where you have like long goals, I would say that are the better. No, in the end, for instance, what we are trying to run to build with Community Week is an audience that will end up attending our local conferences, like in-person conferences. So we are using this Community Week pop-up community to kind of build momentum and also raise awareness on the community weeks that are happening in person during this year in London and New York. That's why I feel the pop-up community can be like a booster for longer goals. Yeah, I hope this M is kind of helping you.
Yeah, I think when I think about what was the sort of impetus for creating something like Honeycommb was, it's really about creating great context around community, like why people would gather and get together. Something shared. I think if your community has that, or sorry, if your event sort of has that built in, it's interest based, or there's some context that the event provides where that the people that are coming in to that event now have something shared, I think lends itself really well to a community. I think sometimes too, like when you're thinking community first, it can be hard to wrap your head around all the things that you need to do. But thinking about an event as a reason people would gather and get together, that then can ignite a community, a pop-up community, is sort of a simpler way into it. When you're thinking about all the things that you need to do. So yeah, I think if there's good context involved in the event, that where people have something shared, that's a really great reason to start a pop-up community for sure.
Nice. We got one question from Megan Queen. Thank you for the question, Megan. I think that this is critical question. You need to figure out how to keep engagement or the conversation going after the event. Well, one of the ideas, but there are many. One is ensure that you have captured the content of the event. So you have a way to share insights, right? About on top of the replay. Like you recorded, you have the video. People can just go and see the video if they miss out, or if they want to take notes. But you can actually add value based on the content generated for the community. This is like the kind of steps outlined during this talk by this speaker in our last event, and you can share that as a blog article, as a blog post, as an AT post inside the community, and you can get people contributing around. That's one way. Now, depending on the nature of the community you have created, let's say, imagine most of the people who have joined this event are from a certain area or demographic. Maybe you can even try to get them together in person. Like, let's say, maybe, hey, no, we are trying to get people together in New York. Hey, we are trying to get people together in Denver. And then you can try to run kind of an in-person meetup post-event, so that you can kind of keep the networking happening and going further. Those are a few ideas that came to my head to keep the conversation going. One, kind of repurpose what has been delivered during the event as content, and then you can like turn it into articles, guides, or snippets, right? And then also try to get them together. Like that's what people love. Like they want to get together. They want to know each other, see faces, shake hands. No, so those are a few ideas, Megan, that you can maybe consider.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. You know, especially if you're running in an event that has many things happening at once. So you as an event attendee can't, you know, you're making choices as to what, you know, part of the summit you can attend, which means you miss out on others. So, you know, gathering that content and then repurposing that content, whether it's slides or video and then photography that's taken during the event. And then, you know, creating, as Francisco said, long form content or even short form content based on that to share later in that space is a great way to get people engaged and coming back to those things too, especially if those speakers are a part of those communities too. To be able to connect with them after the fact is a really great opportunity for community members for sure.
Nice. There's another question from Emily, Miss Emily Meissner. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I'm going to highlight this because it's very, very useful. Do you have strategies or tips for stimulating the engagement and conversation, especially before the event? For example, encouraging them to use the chat feature. I like the idea of the intro group. Yes. Well, first, you need to ask, I would say, low-hanging efforts at the beginning. No, especially if once they have joined, first try to connect with them. Like in my case, what I did, I am reaching out one to one, saying hello, welcome, we are pumped to have you here, and then we share, an invite. I'm sharing actually the link where they can go to the group and share their intros. It's not that from 200 people everyone have shared an intro, but at least like 10-20% of them have done. Likely the more close is the event, they are going to come back to check the sessions, because on purpose we kept the agenda hidden. It's not on the website. Is you need to actually join to see the full agenda, and that will trigger, oh, they are seeing other people connecting, I'm going to do mine as well. And also you need additional ways. For instance, you know that now we have the mobile app, so we can also using the platform, we can send a push notification reminding them, hey, have you taken 2 minutes to connect with other community builders inside the hub? And you can put that link straight to the interest group, so they can actually kind of being encouraged, kindly encouraged to participate. And the third bit is you have, in our case, the platform is connected with our email newsletter that we use for community communications that is named Beehive. So Honeycommb integrates natively with Beehive. So we are kind of, everyone who joined the hub is now part of a special segment, community members. And then on email, we are trying to generate a digest where you can get a weekly recap of, let's say, all the intros and all the new sessions added. And so you can kind of keep people a bit excited about what's next, so they can also come back to check more sessions or to see, who else have shared intros. So the digest, I think that is a very kind of important complement. So at least a weekly digest on top of any notifications or other type of engagements that in-app are happening. You can always bring people in, sharing value through a digest. Yes. Emily,
Yeah.
hope this helps. Emily, yeah, Emily's our yoga teacher. She's running the community nice. Thank you for joining, Emily. Great.
Yeah, I really like the idea of kind of like leaking out, maybe even strategically, if your event has, these 3 different components or 4 different speakers, maybe not giving it all out at once, but thinking about ways to keep people engaged up to the event and getting them excited, where you're saying, oh, like new speaker, or, a new component to the event itself, and you're leaking those things out, or even if it's something more akin to yoga or something like that, leaking out, a certain move that you might be challenging that day, something to get, people excited as the event comes up, and sort of, let them in behind the curtain a little bit so that there's build up to the event.
Yeah. There is one more question that we want to answer. I think that is a very exciting question from Megan Quinn. before that, yes. It says, how do you find sponsors for events or other ways to pay for it? I don't like charging my attendees every time. That's like a very serious questions. Now, we have been bootstrapping, led by community, 2.5 years. We have run in conference London last year, right? A conference in London last year. We are running one this year in London again, even 2 days this time. We are running one in New York in November. Everything is bootstrap, kind of based on like ticket sales and also a few sponsorship packages. I would say the big selling point to actually get partners on board is to learn how to tell your story in a way that is engaging for them, and also that they can see that the ultimate goal of your project is not money but contributions for the industry. At least that has been on my side the big selling point regarding community week. We, for instance, last week just we got support for a few brands already, but the whole story is about, you need to tell your story in a way that is meaningful, and they can feel that in the end your goal is beyond just money. It's true, everyone needs some money to live, pay the bills, pay the food, etc. But the real dream is way beyond just money. You actually want to connect people, you want to like help to level up the community industry, even the event industry indirectly. We can also contribute lots on that side. That in my side has worked. Like last year we got Coros, Gainside, Bettermode, and others helping. No, so that is important to realize. Yes, that's the last question that we have. I feel that we are on time to share one small gift. Sean, do you want to share the gift?
Yeah, sure. So as a way to, thank you guys for coming here and for wanting to learn about community-driven events. Community is so important to me and our co-founder and certainly Francisco as well. Connecting people around something meaningful, something shared, is a true path to community, and community is such a primary aspect of living a healthy, meaningful life. And doing events like this really promote that mission that we have here at Honeycommb, to push that forward and creating meaningful communities around meaningful context. A way to push that forward too, obviously, here is to offer a lifetime 20% off of the Honeycommb platform for you guys to take advantage of all the tools that we have at Honeycommb, whether they're event-based or they're community-based or they're content-based, whatever all those tools might be, as a way to promote our mission and having you guys gather your communities in a meaningful space to deliver great community-driven events. We'd love to offer that to you guys, and just thank you again for attending and being a part of this today.
Love it. So yeah, so if you want to just like take advantage, right, of this, you can anytime create your account and reach out the team in the chat once you are in the platform, and you can get access to this promo. So it's available for during this week. It's available for you. So even if you have any questions, because I learned myself the platform during the setup of Community Week, feel free to connect with me. I'm going to drop my LinkedIn profile. I'm not sure if everyone here is already connected with me. Maybe not. But let me share my LinkedIn there. In case you have any questions you want to learn, probably feel free to connect with me. I just dropped my LinkedIn there, and I'm happy to guide you. I'm working with Sean and Sam in kind of helping them shape all this beautiful product. Is already excellent. So I'm just like kind of dropping a few ideas there. More like kind of my personal choices that I want to have, my personal toys in the community platform. But I would say it's totally recommended, especially if at least 50% of your community activity is tied to events. Like in our case, led by community is event-led, 100%. So for us, it was like 100% feed. But if you want to explore this, please, just get started, play around. If you have questions, reach out. I'm happy to help. Of course, no problem. So thank you, Sean, for having me today. I'm really excited every time I share my story and I can contribute in some ways to the community industry. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's great to have you, Francisco. As I said earlier, seasoned, not old man. Doesn't mean old man.
Come on, stop it.
You have so much experience in events and community as well, and I know it's something you're really passionate about. So to be able to share all your hard-earned insights and experience with a group of people, and then give them a path to ignite those things. Yes, it's been great. So thanks a bunch.
Hey, nice. All right. It's time to say thank you. I'm going to take off this so we can see our little faces here. No, and say thank you everyone for attending today. No, you're going to get access to the replays via email. So no stress. You'll get all access soon. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Sean. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Francisco. Bye.